actually, medicals, they're gonna come on shots, you're still being fucked. You're gonna be alright.
What's going on right now?
Do you want me to take care of him so you can go?
Serious?
So we ended up driving all the way over there to the Mandalay Bay, and we managed to get around police barricades from vehicles on the strip and along some of the back area of the Hooters Hotel. So we got there and we started ferrying people out of the danger zone. So we got people out of there and we were driving them out and ferrying them out to the. Well, I must have made, oh my God, so many trips out there. I mean, we stayed all the way up to about 3:30 in the morning.
Keep your head down, run that way.
At the beginning, they were very apprehensive. They were very scared because they didn't know who I was or what my intentions were. But letting them know that I live here and I'm just trying to help, and that there's, you know, it was just a danger area. I could see many people running for their lives and not getting far enough, and you didn't know actually how many people were doing the shooting, because we already knew what was going on. So afterwards, they were confident enough to get in the car, and once I got up there, they were absolutely very grateful and very thankful.
What did you see right out here?
The venue is we got the place, the venue where the concert was at, and we managed to drive right on the other side of the parking lot. And when we got there were a whole bunch of police officers that were putting on gloves, and I think they were talking about getting ready to handle, I guess, bodies that were laying all over the place because they didn't want to get the blood all over the hands. And there was like maybe about 10, 15 police officers back there. And they asked me what I was doing, and I said I'm trying to get help people out. And they told me, yeah, just not to interfere, not to go past beyond the parking lot because it was, I guess, like a gruesome scene of some sort. Because that's as far as we can go. And I managed to get a few more people, which was my last ride out of there. That was about the last time I picked up people trying to get out of that area.
You were just giving people a ride?
We're just loading them up, men, women, whatever we could.
Were people
loading them up?
Were people injured?
No, there were no injured. They were just very frantic, very scared. They had you know, the sheer fear in their expression. Women were crying. Men, you could tell they were very very upset. And some of them didn't want to get in, but I said, you know, this is a danger zone. We need to get out of here. All I want to do is just get people out of this. So we tried to get as many people as we could, made many trips until finally police cordoned off the whole area. And they told us there was already a crime scene. We couldn't go back there. So that took even up to my very last trip, when I couldn't even get into the area where the shooting was. We were on our way home, and crossing the airport tunnel, there were people there. So even after there, we were ferrying them back and bringing them to safety. So it was a very chaotic scene, very upsetting scene, very terrible.
So
yeah,
what did you see when you, like, how long after the shooting?
Oh, this was right there. It was about 20 minutes to 11, quarter to 11, and from that point on up to about 3:30 in the morning, we were ferrying people out of there.
How many trips do you think you made in your car?
I must have made right around maybe 15, maybe 17 trips back and forth. As soon as we dropped them off, we headed right back out.
Where did you took them from where to where? From
right around the Hooters area hotel, which is across from the MGM, and drove them over to the Top Golf, dropped them off there. Some other people, I dropped them off at the Hard Rock, just get them out of the danger area. Pretty much. Was there still shooting going on by the time you arrived? No, everything was already over. The shooting started early, around 10:15, 10:20 maybe, and we were there by like 20 minutes later. Wow. Yeah. So. And I'm just curious, what was it that, I don't know, what was it that possessed you to? I knew, because I've been working the whole weekend. Knowing how many people were going to be there, and knowing the nature of the incident, I knew there were going to be people either hurt or trying to flee. And my sole purpose was just get people out of there, try to help out, get you know, women, because I've seen children even there in the early hours while working, and then, you know, my thoughts were there's a lot of women, there's a lot of children, it's just a lot of people in fear and maybe just wanting to get out of there. And I knew, you know, with the amount of people that were attending that concert, I knew, you know, if I could be of any help, I'd probably get as many people as I could out of there.
Wow, I gotta say, that's very kind and generous of you, and you should be applauded. You know, not enough people, I mean, obviously people that night were very courageous and do things.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's a good lesson for people, I think, to learn that even though you don't necessarily know people, that there's going to be people around who are going to be helpful in a fucking tragedy.
And it was. I mean, the fear that I seen in women's faces, crying, desperate. They were calling their loved ones, telling them they're okay, and that they're being placed into a safety area. I mean, that right there just was enough. I felt satisfaction of having helped out a little bit.
Hey, do me a favor. Tell me what's your name?
My name is Carlos.
Carlos what?
Carlos Ochoa.
Carlos Ochoa. And I think you'll forgive me, I think you're Latin American, right?
From Latin America, yes.
And forgive me, I'm going to ask you, even though it's not, are you here legally?
Oh yes, sir. I've been here all my life. I became a U.S. citizen many years ago, and I immigrated to this country when I was about 10, 11 years old.
So you must be furious with the president, right?
Very furious, absolutely.
I don't blame you. I'd be furious. I have lots of Latin American friends who are going to be affected by this if they repeal DACA.
Right.
Who are, right. And I got to say, it made me furious.
Well, he's got a lot of policies I don't agree with.
Yeah.
As far as his agenda with the immigration situation. Right. Sure.
Be less stupid. Like the Facebook page to get new episodes every morning in your timeline.
Or twice a week, maybe 3 times.